welcome to the children of class 11 arts. For the offline class, this will be my first class for class 11 arts. And today I am going to discuss something about from the book Indian Constitution at Work. And as I have already discussed that if this is the government, if I represent the government in this way, so the first organ which comes is legislature, followed by the executive, and third you have the judiciary. Clear? So in your book, as it is given, the executive is given first and the legislature is given second, chapter wise, sequence wise. That is, for chapter 4 it is given executive and chapter 5 it is given legislature. As I have already consulted with you before for online class or live classes, that I will be just changes, a bit moderation I will be doing in the way of discussion. First I will do with executive chapter and then I will go back to chapter 4, that is executive. First I will do with legislature and then with executive. Now what is the legislature? You know, legislature. If I break this word, legislature, legis means to make laws, and lature means place. So whether a place where laws are made, you know, it is known as the legislature. A place of law making or a place where laws are made, it is known as the legislature. Now this legislature is known by different names at different levels. As India is a federation, you have two sets of government, one at the center, another at the state. Although in this chapter you will be doing about the center, but then also the legislature at the central level is known by the name of Union Parliament, and at the state level it is known by the name of the State Legislative Assembly. Central level, Union Parliament or Indian Parliament, and at the state level it is known by the name of State Legislative Assembly. Clear? So today we will be discussing about the legislature. As I have already told you, from the name, as the name suggests, that legislature is actually a place where laws are made. So now the question comes that why do we need a legislature? Why do we need a legislature? The first point, as already from the name itself, to make laws. That means laws of the country are actually made by the legislature. No other organ has this power or authority to make laws. And when laws are made, two things are kept in mind. First of all, demands of the people. That means what the people want. And secondly, the constitutional provisions. That means upon the topic or upon the subject on which I am going to make laws, on which the legislature is or the parliament is going to make laws, whether mention directly or indirectly is there in the constitution over that particular subject. Because if there is no mention and if laws are made, you know that laws will be regarded as null and void, or in another sense it will be treated as invalid, or it will be rejected by the judiciary. So when laws are made, two things have to be kept in mind. Second, you know, financial legislation. That means financial powers. That means that money bills. That means everything dealing with the monetary matters. That means related to the from where the country will have its income, where it will use its expenditure, where it will make its expenditure. All these matters are done in the legislature, because a money bill is always introduced in the Lok Sabha, which is actually the lower house of the parliament. Together with that, you have heard about the budget, annual budget. Budget is what? Budget is nothing but an estimate of the annual income and expenditure. annual income and expenditure. So that is also prepared in the legislature. Together with that, controlling the executive. India is a parliamentary executive, which means that in India there are two types of executive: nominal executive and real executive. Nominal means only in name, and who is that one? The President of India. He is just the nominal executive, whereas the real executive is the Prime Minister and his Council of Ministers. And it is the legislature, and most especially the Lok Sabha, it can control the executive. How? Because if the legislature, if the Lok Sabha is not satisfied with the work of the Prime Minister and his Council of Ministers, what can the Lok Sabha do? It can pass a vote of no confidence. No confidence vote or no confidence motion can be passed. And the moment a no confidence motion is passed, you know what will happen? The members, the Prime Minister and the Council of Ministers together must have to resign. This is one part which we will be discussing about it again in details. Fourth point, electoral powers. Electoral. Whenever the president, whenever the vice president of India, they are elected by an electoral college. And in this electoral college, who are the members of the electoral college? They are the MPs and MLAs. Who are the MPs? Member of Parliament, and MLAs means member of legislative assemblies. So they are actually the members of the electoral college who actually elect the president and the vice president of India. Together with that, you are having constituent powers. Constituent means what? Constituent means power to amend the constitution. Amend means change. If you want to change some parts of the Indian constitution, who can do it? Only the legislature. How? By passing a bill from both the houses and then finally going to the president. In this way, the powers, in this way the constitution can be amended. So these are some of the reasons, or what are the functions which are performed by the legislature in a democracy. Because in a democracy, you know that legislatures are actually formed by the people, and legislature is an important part of the government. In fact, it is the first and foremost organ of the government. And now we will take a look about what is the structure of the Indian Parliament. Structure of Indian Parliament. Indian Parliament is bicameral in nature. Bicameral means having two houses. Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha, two houses. So India is bicameral in nature. That means it has two houses. What are the two houses? Rajya Sabha and the Lok Sabha. Rajya Sabha, it is known as the upper house. It is also known as the Council of States. Why? Because it represents the states of India. And the Lok Sabha, which is the lower house, it is also known as House of People, because it represents the people of the country. Now we will see the membership, that means composition. How many members are there? In Rajya Sabha, there are 250 members in total. And if I break this 250, how it comes, you see, 238 plus 12. 238 means indirectly by the people. Indirectly by the people. Why indirectly by the people? Because we don't vote for them. We people who are citizens, who have the voting rights, we don't directly go to vote for them.